What's going on, AFC Northerners and Steelers Nation? Gabriel Bellotti here once again. So not a lot has happened since my last video, but something that this guy's real happy about. Joey Porter's gone. I'm so happy. Our outside linebacker coach, Joey Porter, got fired yesterday, and it makes me so happy. Good riddance. So happy. I was having a talk with a friend of mine about this, literally, I think the day before the Porter got fired, and he was asking me what are the three things that I kind of want to see in this offseason happen, and that's three firings. There are three firings that I want to see. I wanted to see Porter gone. I got my wish. I want to see Butler go. I mean, you've had now 3 seasons to really kind of define yourself and make something of this defense. And you got the sacks up. That's great. But you still haven't fixed our biggest need, and that's that middle linebacker. And it's just we need that. And it hasn't, and we haven't been able to develop anybody ever since Shazier left. I should say since Shazier got injured. He didn't leave because he's still on that sideline. Going into that, I'll get back into Shazier in a second. And the third thing that I want to see is if you go back in some videos, I was a advocate for Fitchner, an absolute advocate for Fitchner until he said we need to give up on the run. Or however he said it. But when he said that he didn't care about the run game, that's when I was done. That's when I was out. And I think he needs to go. Whatever your feelings are on Tomlin, whether you think he needs to go or stay, he's not going anywhere yet. On Tomlin, it's, when you've got 15 seasons of most of them making the playoffs and, not one losing season, one bad season like this isn't going to make Tomlin just go away. But if he can't rein in this locker room next season and we have another off season, I think we see Tomlin's head on the chopping block. I do feel that way. I don't think Tomlin's the greatest coach of all time. I think over the years he's made a lot of bonehead decisions, a lot of bonehead moves. But I think he's been a solid coach over the seasons. And our record is evident of that. But thank God. And talking about Joey Porter one more time, I was actually in that same conversation. My buddy was like, well, why should Porter go? He was such a great running back. And kind of looked at him and was like, just because you're a linebacker, sorry. Well, he's such a great linebacker. Just because you're a good linebacker doesn't mean that you're a good coach. And so I'm just glad he's gone because hopefully we can get somebody in there that has some experience. And here's where I'm going to go back to Shazier. I want us to get somebody in there that has some good experience that could eventually maybe move up into defensive coordinator, and I want us to hire Shazier as that linebacker coach's number 2. Because Shazier loves this team. Every week he's on that sideline. Every week he's there. He loves this organization. And what I would love to see is he was a great linebacker. He showed a lot of promise, and he's smart when it comes to the game as well, I believe. So I would love to see Shazier get in there with somebody who really knows what they're doing and learn. And then in 4 or 5 years, move somewhere up in this organization. Really have him just learn. Because I think that he could be a really good piece in this organization. And I really think that he could be somebody that kind of gets this locker room back into where it needs to be. Or at least he can bring that sort of energy that can start pushing this locker room back where it needs to be. I'm really kind of upset about the thought of losing Mike Munchak. What he's done in the last 5 years with with our offensive line has been amazing, and I don't want to see that go away. I had heard someone talk about the idea of making Munchak assistant head coach, which I think would be fantastic, especially if in 2 to 3 years we don't have Tomlin, and we could try out Munchak and see what that does. Or even, make him offensive coordinator. That would be fantastic, but he's kind of eyeing a head coaching job. And I think that if he was made assistant head coach and the Rooneys kind of were like, hey, stick around, we might need you, we're going to need you here. I would love to keep him, but this is business. This is the game. If he goes, he goes. There's nothing you can do about it. He's been great for this organization. He's been great for the team. So, we'll see what happens. And, so if there's any new updates, any new firings, I will do another video. But please tell me what you think. Let me know what you think we need to do in this off season. And I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And peace out.